Drinks with Coach, and I am your host, Thomas L. Harris, a.k.a. Coach, and I got a young, talented, amazing, cool as a fan, but boy, we'll jump on that wild shit quick with me today. But before I introduce him, I want to thank our sponsors, Motu VJ for the wine. This wine right here, whew, some of the best wine I've had, all right? Also, want to thank Ty Mopkins and his Roseline line of wine. This is amazing, too. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So I want to thank them for sponsoring some of the drinks. And with no further ado, I want to introduce my main man, Christopher Collins, a.k.a. Tukey Baby. What's going on? How you doing, Chris?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're here, man. So,
Appreciate
you know, once we get on here, man, I always like to give you your flowers, man. I'm proud of you. You know, I remember when you first came to the first acting class we had, and, you know, I saw the talent then, and I'm seeing the growth, and I'm loving it. I'm seeing you in new movies. I'm seeing you in The Christmas Story. I seen you in the Made It Out. You know, it's just I'm loving the growth, man. I'm loving it, man. It's looking good, man. I can't wait to see what's in store for you in the future. So shout out to that, man. Take us a nice little sip to that, and you know.
Thank you.
I ain't doing the but there it is.
That's for my people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, who is Chris Collins?
Chris Collins is a kid from the east side. Just trying to make it.
Just trying to get out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What part? What part of the east side?
I grew up on Casual Meringue.
Okay.
But I'll be in the red zone a lot.
Yeah.
No affiliation.
No, you from the city, you know what the red zone is, okay?
I'll be chilling though.
Don't be trying to come up here like, I want to go to the red zone.
Yeah,
Your ass gonna be red.
Don't do that.
But stay away, all right? No, for real though. So what was growing up, you know, what was it like for Chris? Like, what was that like?
Growing up, it was rough, but it was fun. You know, I grew up, like I said, Casual Meringue, a one-bedroom apartment, me, my mom, and my brother. My mama worked nights, so I spent the night on Mack and Dickerson, doing flips in the alley on dirty mattresses, spent time on Warren, you know, but we made the most out of nothing. Yeah. So it was real fun.
Yeah, no, man, I remember them days growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing like growing up, you know, mattresses. Anything was the playground. Mm-hmm. Couch, mattress, a porch.
Crate on the tree.
Hooping in the crate. It didn't matter, man. You go street football, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Patterson cars out of bounds. Miss Jones cars a touchdown. Like, that ain't nothing like them days, man. You don't see that no more.
At all.
You don't see that no more. Man, that used to be the days.
The good old days.
Man. So, Chris, did you always know you had a gift for acting? Like, did you see it young at an early age?
Yeah, I actually did a stage play when I was little, and that's one of the things that stood out for me doing that. But I got in trouble, so I couldn't keep doing it. But from then, I always had something in me that wanted to do it. I just never knew how to get back into it until I came across yours.
Now, when you say you did a stage play, like you were like a stage play, like a okay, was you confident? Was you scared, or was it just came natural?
It came natural.
Oh.
Like I was a slave.
What? You was a slave?
I was a slave, and like I said, I was bad. So I used to get whoopings. So they came around. It was like, y'all gotta fake get whipped. And when he fake whipped me, I act like I really got hit, and everybody's like, oh my God, do it like that. So it really came natural.
But you was coming from a real place. Like, I know what this shit feel like.
Like I know when the belt come, I know. I know. But yeah, it came natural.
Now, you went away from that, and you were an athlete. You started getting into sports. Yep. What was your sport? Like, what was yours?
Basketball and football, but I fell in love with basketball.
Yeah. Who was your favorite basketball player?
Kobe.
Kobe?
The greatest.
Black Mamba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's really his work ethic that drove me to him.
Yeah.
And that set the tone for my life.
Yeah. Kobe's work ethic, I believe, really is a blueprint to like what it takes to be successful in anything. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that Mamba mentality is like something anybody could use. You know what I'm saying? Just locking in, focusing, you know, dedication, being obsessed with your own, you know, career. You know what I'm saying? Being obsessed with getting better. Like that Mamba mentality was you know, a blueprint. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
not only that, it's the how he used to watch and study everybody else. Then he always try to one up people. And he try to be the best. Yeah.
So and I love this. His one thing about him, I love this drive. Like I remember he said, Allen Iverson is what pushed him to become a better defender because he couldn't figure out how to stop this guy. Like this guy is so relentless. And he said Allen Iverson is the one who pushed him to become a better defender, a great defender that he became. Yep. And so I think if you fall in love with the same thing what you're doing, even with acting, like falling in love with just trying to figure out how to be better. You know what I'm saying? Damn, how do you have comedic timing? I want to master it. I'm going to go do improv and become a better comedic actor. You know what I'm saying? Become a better dramatic actor. Like, I think if you take that on, I think it's just the blueprint, man. You know, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
It's that
sure.
process of getting better.
Yeah, definitely. So, now, you ended up taking kind of a detour from sports and acting and kind of got mixed up in the streets and on an early age. Tell me, what happened and why? Like, what happened?
Now, I was fortunate to move out of the city, and my mama moved us to the suburbs. But what people don't know about that, they think once you go to the suburbs, your life is just automatically better.
Right.
No, it's still, sorry, mama, it still was barely food in the house at times.
Yeah.
You know, you growing up, you want to go out, you want to have fun. Go to your mom, can I get some money for clothes? I ain't got it.
Yeah. Oh, I know them.
So
days.
you make your little detours, you go out, you learn how to make money other ways. So that way you don't gotta go to mama. You can go buy your own clothes, go out when you want to. So, you know, take detours. Some of the detours wasn't bad. Like I was cutting grass, shoveling snow, raking leaves. But you get tired of doing that, you figure out a little easier but worse way to make money. And, you know, everybody make mistakes.
Definitely. I can relate to, you know, the single parent, always working. You know, my mom raised 3 of us, 3 boys, and you know, bless her soul. She did her best. She worked 2 or 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I know exactly what you're talking about. Being home by yourself, you and your brothers. You know, the oldest takes on the parent role because the parent is actually working so much. And I just remember how easy it is to get into the streets. I never got into it because, you know, my older brother kind of kept me away from it, kept me on the right path for sports and stuff. But I seen how easy it was for them to just go right into it, you know. So I get it. It's like you said, we human. We make mistakes, man. You know, and I think it's just great that you were able to maneuver out of that. But you did end up doing a little time, and had time to. Did that give you time to really sit back and reevaluate what you wanted to do? Like, what happened? Like, what happened while doing that time? What was it?
First off, I do want to say I'm appreciative of the time I did because it really made me slow down. But the turning point of that was really I was talking to a fiend, and he was telling me about how he grew up, how he watched his daddy abuse drugs and neglect him, steal from his mama, steal from his piggy bank, just to do drugs. And he told me how he doing the same thing to his son. Then he was like, but I won't quit. And that shit, it hurt me. But at the time, like, it hurt a little bit. Then I laughed it off because, you know, I'm in jail. You don't want to seem like the softy. Yeah. Then a couple days later, I got a piece of mail, and you've met her. My niece's picture fell out. Yeah. And, you know, I was happy for that. A couple days later, I was still thinking about that conversation, and I looked at her picture, and I'm like, what if I did this to her? Yeah. That honestly, that's the only time I cried in jail. Yeah. I stayed up till like 3, 4 in the morning crying, praying to God, like, you help me get out of here. I'll never do this. I'll never ruin somebody else's life like that. Then a couple days after that, we watching TV, and I linked over to my homeboy. I say, when I get home, I'm gonna be an actor, bro. And he laughed at me. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So it's really my niece. She, my niece, that little window of a week, it was literally 1 week that changed everything for me. And it was just like, from that point on, it was like, I gotta do better. Yeah. Got to.
And I think it's also the fiend, if you don't know what a fiend is watching it, that is someone that abuses drugs. Yes. Just so you know. No, but even that guy, he put it in perspective for you.
He definitely
You know what I'm saying? I think without him putting that perspective of the cycle that he's continuing to his son, you know what I'm saying, I don't think you would have realized, you wouldn't have had that realization of, damn, like, I can't do this. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
My mind state was to get out and continue the cycle.
Yeah.
But like you said, his story with his son, him and his daddy, and then seeing my niece and thinking like, what if I did that to her mama, my sister, and I'm like,
because it's like a cycle. It's like the cycle. somebody has to break it, but it's hard to break because it's all you know.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a tough cycle to break, but somebody has to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think I worked hard at trying to break the cycle of, things that haunted me as a kid. But it's sometimes you get wisdom from some people that you would never think has the wisdom. And that's what's crazy. We think people with education and successful and all that have all the wisdom. But really, to be honest with you, if you go to the local corner store, at least back when I was younger, them guys be the ones with all the wisdom. They be the ones.
It'd be the rejects.
Yes.
Everybody turn their back on. Don't nobody want to give them 50 cents. They'll tell you some life-changing stuff.
And they tell you what not to do because, look at them. Yeah. But they also have wisdom. You know what I'm saying? If you just listen to them. So, no, I think you can get that wisdom from anybody. So now you get out, right? Now you get out and you see a movie that inspired you even more, which was what?
A couple of them. Plug Love for sure.
Plug Love. I remember you told me you saw Plug Love. He was like, "Oh no, I can do this. I can do this."
So shout out to my homeboy. He helped me too. So when I came home, they like, "Bro, you gotta check out Plug Love." I'm like, "What is that?" He's like, "It's an indie movie." I'm like, "Man, I don't like that stuff. It all look bootleg. The storylines be trash." He's like, "No, bro, you gotta watch it." So I went home. I watched it. I'm like, "Damn, this shit good." Then they got to telling me like, "Murder, he from the city." I'm like, "Bro, from the city?" So they shot that here. He's like, "Yeah, everybody in this from the city." Then that just lit a fire under me. Like, okay, I'm one of the people like, if he can do it, I can do it. So it gave you that drive, that little spark. You know what I'm saying? Now, did the MFAA, because you took our MFAA classes, I remember you came in and you had a very interesting class. We gonna get to that later. When you did it and you were in classes, I remember, I used to tell you, man, okay, Chris. It was a couple of y'all, you, Carla, Liz. My baby.
Several people in that class. I don't want to just single y'all three out, but it was several people. Ernest, several people in that class. Did that class solidify, like, oh yeah, this is what I got, this is what I'm doing. It's it. I got it.
Yes,
I'm doing this.
The class and after the class, because me, Liz, Carla, and Devin, we really clung to each other. We studied a lot, and then y'all were always helpful, allowing us to come back to the house to do extra little stuff when we didn't have nowhere to go. Y'all always gave us pointers. That time in my life was like
crucial.
Man.
Yeah, pivotal actually. Yeah, pivotal.
Big time.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it is, and it's crazy to be able to see, because I've been around you long enough, and you made some wild decisions around me. You have, but
it's hard to change.
It is, and I think the one thing that we respect the most is that you're trying to change, and you understand, and you're acceptable and accountable for your actions and what you do. And I think that a lot of people struggle with that when they're trying to change. See, when you're trying to change, you still have to be accountable for the wrongs you're gonna do. Some people can't do that, and to see you do that, it's amazing for me to watch, because so many doors begin to just keep opening up. Yeah. They're gonna keep opening up because you got a talent. You got a talent. But I think, like you said, it's so hard to change from what you know and how you react to something, and then when now you're trying to change to another environment, you can't react like that no more. You gotta kind of react differently, and it's like, well, what the fuck do I do? I don't know how to react any other way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's tough. Like you said, it's tough. It is.
I know the instance you talking about.
Oh, listen, you do.
Listen,
because I was in that boy like.
Cause look, I went off on you.
He did, but then Coach had to.
I left. I went off and I'm like,
Coach had to. Relax now, Chris.
I went off and I left. I'm like, you not. All my friends call me KC. I'm like, you're not KC, bro. You Christopher Collins. You the actor.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Then Murder called me. He like, bro, Murder talked to me for like another 30 minutes. Murder really like a big brother to me. And I just met him. Murder's. So after that, I went home. I sat there for a second. I'm like, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
So.
And it's funny because I was like, when it happened, I'm like, oh, this nigga's crazy. Oh, is Tomcat gonna have to come out on this nigga? Because Coach is one person, but Tomcat is a whole nother animal. And it was like Tomcat started to come out like, all right, now you better go on now. Better go ahead now. Take your ass home, Chris.
Look, I appreciate you for not fighting fire with
fire.
fire.
You good. No, you good. You good. I understand.
Yeah.
One thing about me is I understand, you know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, I grew up in the same environment. Same as you, pretty much. So I understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy I understand, man. I know how hard it is, and I got a lot of love for you. So there's patience, there's understanding there. So, you know, we live and we learn. You know, I've made mistakes like you. I've made the same mistakes as you. I've made the same things. But coming in and making them right is what shows the growth. It's what shows, you know, the understanding that, okay, you're getting it. So, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So tell me about your first leading role.
Ooh, the Cheddar Boy.
Cheddar Boys. Tell me about that.
It was a roller coaster, man.
Yeah. Shout out Ronnie. Shout out Rook, man.
Shout out to Payroll.
Payroll.
Because, so, shout out to Liz and Carla, too. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have had it. If it wasn't for them, I would not have had it. I was really on some, let me chill, get into another class, let me get better, let me study. And it was like, especially Liz. Liz was on my head. Where you at? Me and Carla at this audition, you better pull up. I'm like, bro. Then Carla called. Then Liz called back. Pull up. I'm like, all right. Yeah. So I pull up. Originally, I got casted as Payroll's character. When the movie come out, you'll see. I wasn't the lead at first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Then,
wow. What happened?
We did a chemistry read 2 days before we started filming. And I walked in, and Payroll is one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
I finally got the chance to tell him that.
Yeah. We just had him on here the other day, actually. Yeah.
And I went in. This 2 days before filming. I went in, I played my role, and immediately I left. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm definitely locked into this. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Apparently, Payroll went to Ronnie and Rook and was like, no, give Dog the lead.
Yeah.
So I came back the day before filming, and it was like, Chris, we're going to give you the lead. Scrap everything you did for this past week for
all
your
that character development shit out the window.
And start over.
Yeah.
And we start filming tomorrow.
I remember you telling me you was in the car doing your lines,
Bro,
trying to. Yeah, I remember you.
Once they told me that, I'm like, okay. You know, I get in problem solver mode. I'm like,
what do I do first?
What scenes are we doing first?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, it's this. And then, but you know, as an actor, you got to go back and connect dots.
Oh man.
So I stayed up the first night. We start filming at 8 in the morning. The next day, I stayed up the first night to about 5. Reading, trying to connect dots, and then. It was a roller coaster, much like the serial cheater, but y'all gave me a day grace period.
Yeah.
But it was like that. So it was like, okay, study.
Yeah.
And then the roller coaster of, you know how it is on set.
Yeah.
And then just having really y'all, you, T, Shanti, Carla, Liz, everybody behind me being like, you know, you got this.
Yeah, for sure.
And just teaching me how to be on set, watching Murder, how he interact with people when he see him. That helped me get to set and really get a grasp on everything. And then seeing people like react to how I was doing it. The roller coaster, it didn't seem that wild after like day 3 or 4. So it got easier. I got into a groove. I got into a mode where it's like, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. But it was a roller coaster. It was fun, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I remember talking to. I was at an event. I can't remember what it was, but Ronnie spoke very highly of you, and I was like, yeah, man, he the one, man. He's a great actor. He's very coachable, very, you know, dedicated. He's always prepared. He's never not prepared. So yeah, that's the thing. I think you just got to keep that going for sure, because most people I talk to, all people, man, speak highly of you. So yeah, no.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I don't speak highly of the nigga. I said the nigga need to get better. Okay, boy, bullshit. Nah, I'm talking shit.
Shout out to Ronnie and Rook for that opportunity too.
Shout out them guys, man. They doing good, big things. So you go there, right? And then now here comes Tukey from MCGRAW.
Ooh.
Now explain. There's something, you know, when you did season 2, I said, man. I was nervous for one. I was nervous. I'm like, dang, I hope Chris come ready, man. But I remember something you did that really kept my attention. You didn't shave your hair. You didn't cut. You didn't get none of that. You didn't. I started to think the nigga didn't bathe. Like, this nigga, is he really like, this nigga think he's Tukey for real? Like,
listen,
nigga, you are Chris. But it was dope because I'm like, damn, everything you started to do, everything you started to move, how you look, I'm like, oh, he put some work in on this one. What was that like?
Getting into character?
Yeah.
We're gonna shout out Marilyn McCormick, my acting coach.
MC, if you don't know MC, she's a legend here. You hear me?
Legend.
A legend.
Yes. She put me and Carla up on, I'm about to mess y'all head up, on animal study.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for Tukey, I studied wolves.
Mm-hmm.
For the whole MCGRAW thing, I studied wolves. If you look at the structure of who we were, Murder's the alpha.
Yep.
You don't see him that much no more. He was out running. Alphas lead the pack from the back.
Definitely.
The young bulls, Yak and Tukey, be the first ones to defend everything. Run, step on everything. I tried to even figure out how to walk a little different for that. Then just getting into character, shout out to Carla and T. Yeah. Carla called me.
But before you move on, wolf. Did you know this? Which you showed a lot of, wolves stalk the prey first. And I remember a particular scene when you were scoping out Benzo and I can't even think of his name right now, Spot. And the girl came out, and the way you were saying, there she go. It's the way you did it and how you did it. Yeah. And it makes sense now that you're saying a wolf because wolves stalk prey.
Yeah, and it's the way they prowl. Like you see a wolf, if you see in that scene, I put my head down a little bit. When a wolf get ready to attack, they come at you and they come down, they circle you, they surround you, then they do what they gotta do.
It's a little that's advanced, y'all. So y'all just beginning, just don't worry about that part. That part is a little advanced. But yeah,
and then the look. Shout out to Carla and T. Carla, like I said, the foundation with y'all and helping me. Like people might look at it and be like, "Oh, he's this," but it's a team effort. Yeah, and you have to be willing to take criticism and take certain things,
especially on set. Yeah.
So,
because I know I was a drill sergeant, I'm gonna drill the shit out that scene.
And Carla called me. She was like, "What you think about being rough? You look too cute and clean for Tukey. We don't like that." I'm like, "Oh, I can do rough." Yeah. And in the weeks leading up to filming at work, because I used to do deliveries for furniture. They used to be the ladies, and they used to be like, "Chris, what are you going through? When are you gonna cut this?" I'm like, I can't. And MCGRAW got pushed back. So it was a little longer. They're like, "We don't like this. We don't like sending you to people's houses like this." I'm like, "I'll put a hat on." But
you think about to rob the house.
And it can't nothing change. Then I really felt like I did a fantastic job. Even y'all tell me all the time, but my niece, I went over there, I showed her a picture. She was like, "That don't look like you." Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, that's the point. That's the point." Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Kelly. We miss you. Forever in our hearts. I want to shine just a light on her, because she was such a beauty and such a great actress with so much life. What was it like acting in the scene with her?
Oh, man, it was phenomenal. I got the pleasure of working with her in the Christmas movie as my sister.
Yeah, serial cheater.
The serial cheater, I'm sorry. The serial cheater as my sister. And MCGRAW as my girl. Yeah. And she's another one, like, her preparation. Yeah. Like, she came in, she knew all her stuff, she knew my stuff. She was just all around ready, a professional, a phenomenal person, and she was always in a good mood. Day one of the serial cheater, we was there like 6 in the morning.
She always had a smile.
And she was just ready. She was like, "I just got my son, I put my son away. I don't want to be away from my son, let me take a nap." Like, she was just always ready and prepared. I love Kelly, man. That one hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Especially like with being so young in my career, that's one person I got to connect with. Yeah. And when I saw it, that froze me.
Yeah, I think it affected all of us. All of us in a way where we just didn't. It just hit us out the blue, like we didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I did not want to believe it.
Yeah, I didn't either, man. So yeah, rest in peace to Kelly. We love you. Rest in peace to my baby. We miss you, and you are forever in our hearts.
Rest in peace to her son as well.
Yes.
Shout out to her husband. I keep in contact with Dog. Yeah. Shout out to you, my man.
Yep. Prayers to the family. What's the feedback now? Now we about what? Almost 3 since we released MCGRAW? What's the feedback? We're about 3-4 months in now as far as the release. What's your feedback?
The feedback is phenomenal. Yeah. Like, from an in-person standpoint, people love love Tukey.
They do.
They not only Tukey, they love the whole series. They come to me.
Well, not the whole series. They don't love everybody in this
Yeah,
series.
they don't love everybody.
They love the series.
They hate you.
But there's a couple of niggas in there they hate. And I'm one of them. And Lance Whittington, shout out to Lance Whittington. He's the other one, for sure.
I
So
ain't
they hate
heard
us.
about Lance yet.
Yeah, and Brett.
They hated Yak too.
Oh, they hated Yak, but not as bad as us, though.
Yeah, but
no.
the feedback, like, people love what we doing here.
Yeah.
And the character Tukey, everybody's like, and I kind of feel it after they said it. They're like, he's what murder used to be. So they like, we see the comparison. We see how
Young
stuff
and
can
wild.
go,
Yeah,
and they're like, it's just phenomenal. Then everybody, I'm from the East Side, so they not used to seeing actors around there. Every time I go outside now, it's like, oh, you from over here? You stay? Oh man, bro, I watched MCGRAW every night, all 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I be like, bro, you got for
Like,
real?
damn, really?
Yeah.
All 6 in a night?
At
Boy,
work,
you got some time.
I'm at work. People calling me Tukey. Like we all meet up. They running downstairs. Where Tukey at? They see
Tukey?
my name on the sign-in sheet. It's just Tukey from now on.
Now you got Tukey. Now the character name is Tukey, obviously, but Tukey Baby comes from
Chuck,
CK.
the right
Shout out
guy.
Charles Kennedy.
Yes.
Cause I remember we be on set and Chuck would just yell out Tukey Baby.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
and it's funny because you used to come in and I'd be like Christopher Collins, and you'd always look at me like, Coach, just don't call me, please.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, all right, Christopher Collins. And you'd be like, fuck it, Coach, just call me what you want.
For future references, if you work with me, call me my character's name.
Yeah.
He like to mess with people.
Yeah, I like to keep Chris on his toes. No, but
Yeah.
Chris definitely, he comes in, I'll say Christopher Collins. He'll be like, it's Tukey, Coach.
It's Tukey. No.
And he'll say it in Tukey's voice too. He'll be like, it's Tukey,
No,
Coach.
don't.
Okay, Tukey. All right. My bad, brother. It's Tukey.
All business. Tukey all
Nah,
business.
yeah,
Like,
no.
Don't do that.
Until I get mad, then I'm like, Chris, come on, man. And then Chris be like, all right, Coach.
I got
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but no, Chris is very professional.
But then on the social media feedback,
Yeah.
that is kind of overwhelming. I'm working on a new project, so I'm stepping away from it, but
That's crazy.
yeah.
Social media, man, that I remember the first time I experienced that with Buffed Up. Social
Y'all
media
tell me
went
about that a lot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They was in that boy like, oh man, you funny. Hey, why you
I'm
still
from
a buzz?
Columbus.
Oh, that too. And people like, are you from Columbus? Like, no, I'm not from Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So now, it's crazy. You do some time, you're locked up. You tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna be an actor, man. I'm about to get out here and I'm about to do it. I'm out of this, man. I'm not doing this life no more. You go and you see Plug Love, and you like, man, Murder Pain, if he can do it, I know I can, man. He killed it, woo. Kind of something like, somebody that inspires you, that you look up to, like, you know what I'm saying? And now in 2021, because we shot in 21, you're right next to him. Like, you guys are right next to each other. Role, you know what I'm saying? You're a supporting role with him. Sharing screen time.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Did that give you like, I did this shit. I knew I was going to do it. And I'm not saying did it like you've made it. I'm just saying like, these are confirmations.
It definitely did. I'm gonna put you hip to something you probably don't remember or didn't notice, but every day in class back in 2019, I used to sit next to this Plug Love poster, and y'all had the long. It was like 6 feet.
Yep.
I used to sit by that. I used to stare at that every day, and I used to tell myself every day like, one day with y'all, I'm gonna make something that's gonna be bigger than Plug Love. I used to say it every day.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the Ernest. Remember Ernest? I always brought it. I used to tell myself that every.
Well, he would say it though. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's get it straight. Shout out to Ernest, man. We love you, man. But he would say it. Now he didn't hold it in like you. He would say the shit.
But that was like my biggest motivation, just being able to find a way. Like now, people take y'all class and they be like, "I'm gonna get in something."
Yeah.
At that time, we didn't know that.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So I came in every day like this is my audition, and I looked at this stuff every day, and I'm like, that's what we aiming for. We aiming for greatness.
Wow.
Then to fast forward, do the class, have Murder talk to me, then get Tukey, and I'm seeing the scenes. It's like, oh, it's just me and Murder talking. Ooh, them scenes you prepare extra hard for.
Now, did it motivate you? Was it? Because I know you're a competitor. Because over at Moonlight Films, we competitors over here.
Yes.
We compete. So did it say, ooh, I'm killing Murder? He better bring his A game.
Got to.
He better bring it.
Got to. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's your idol. It's like, you always gonna try your best, but some people on the outside might be like, oh, you killed him. To me, it's like, got to do a little better.
Yeah.
Always got to do a little better.
For sure.
No matter what the scene is, if I'm sad, if I'm mad, I always got to do
better.
Like, I got to play like I'm Kobe playing against MJ or LeBron.
Yes, for sure, yes.
This is game time.
Yeah.
Ain't no redos. Ain't no, damn, I wish I could have did this better. No, you better cross your T's and dot your I's.
Better get it together.
So, but working with Murder like that, it was really like a dream come true for real.
Yeah.
Because you envision something for so long, you really manifest it.
Yeah.
And now it come to pass, and it's like, after the scenes, I tell you we competitive. Yeah. Murder come up to me like, oh boy, you did that. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. So, no.
Man.
No, you know, at the end of the day, man, it was, I think it's just that confirmation for you. You know what I'm saying? That you're in the right place. You're doing what you're doing, man. That's great. I love it, man. I love, you know, seeing you making your dreams come true, bro. I do. I really do. I'm proud of you, man. I can't tell you enough, man, how proud I am of you and everybody else, man.
Thank you.
So, how important do you believe the independent film community is to the culture and to the community, to us?
I think it's probably one of the most important things next to our music. Because the independent game is literally us from the streets telling a story about where we from. Yeah. And as you can see, it resonates. Yeah. Every ghetto, or even mainly the ghettos, but even the black people that's not from the ghetto, they all connect with it. Because it's like, you either know somebody like this, your cousin's like this,
or you're like this,
or you're like this, your uncle was like this,
your daddy, definitely.
So it really hits, and not just with MCGRAW, with the Hood Christmas, we telling stories of people from where we from.
Yes.
And it connects all over the world.
You know, it does. So, what would Chris say to a kid in the ghetto right now that sees a film that you're in and inspired but just has no hope? What would you tell him or her?
Keep your head down, work, stay positive, don't stray from what you truly want to do. If it keep coming up in your heart and in your mind, find a way. Don't let your outside circumstances put you in a place you don't want to be. You have the world in front of you. No matter what you see every day you walk outside your front door, your mind is the biggest thing. If you can get it up here, if you can see it, can't nobody take it from you. So put your head down, do the work, stay positive. I know it's going to get tough. I know it, but trust me, you got it. If you couldn't do it, the thought would have never crossed your mind.
Well, y'all heard him. Tookie Baby said, do it.
Come on.
You got it. What's in store for 2023, Chris?
Whew. Some big things. You know, I don't want to say too much. I got both my leads probably should be coming out this year. Okay. The first one, I know the Cheddar Boys, they keep telling me it's coming.
Come on, Rook, get the movie out now. Come on, Ronnie, we waiting. We want to see it. Come on now. You know, my second lead in The Serial Cheater with Sierra Angelia, a phenomenal actress. Yes, she is. She's a great actress, yes.
Then we working on my third.
Season 3, MCGRAW is on
my third lead and season 3. We working on all of that.
Yes, sir.
So,
that's right. What the hell am I talking about? We're getting ready to shoot our new movie. That's right.
Yeah, so we working on my third lead.
Yes.
And
that's a great year.
I want to divert from the question a little bit, but I want to point out, like, I brought this up to Sino and KC on this, not KC, but Jay Will on this set. Do you realize I am the first person that did not start from ground zero with y'all to get a lead with y'all?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Jesus. So what's that say?
They didn't either.
What does that say? You must have something special, brother. You must be that good.
Put the work in.
Yeah, no, facts.
Anything's possible.
No, that's facts. That's big facts. Damn. I gotta go check. Hey, check that resume. Make sure that's right. Because he might be tough. This shit
Come on,
can't be this. Come on. Check that shit. No, man, that's dope, man. So when it's all said and done, man, what's Chris' legacy? What do you want to leave?
This question. I don't even think it's so much what I want to leave. It's what I want to do. I want to change lives. I want at least one kid from the city to be like, same thing Murder did with me. If he can do it,
I can do it.
Ain't no reason I can't. And to get out of I gotta be a shooter or I gotta sell drugs, to get out of that and be like, there's another way. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not acting, even if you go to school for accounting, it's another way.
Definitely.
That's what I want my legacy to be. I want people to look at me and be like, bro, you're the reason why I stopped doing this and went this way. You're the reason why I went to college. You're the reason why I'm acting. Mm-hmm. That's what I want it to be. I used to want to be like the biggest actor in the world, but life is bigger than accolades and awards. It's all about what you can. It's about your impact on the next generation.
That's right.
So that's what I want my legacy to be.
Man, sip to that one. I liked that one. Sip to that one.
Yes,
I'll take a drink to that one. Hey, look, man, I want to thank my guest, Christopher Collins, man. It's always great talking. My guy, man. Y'all be looking out for him. Boy is the one. Hey, shout out to the sponsors, Mo2 VJ,
Yes,
Ty Mopkins, man. We appreciate y'all. You know, it's always good. I'm not lying to you when I tell you this shit is amazing. Just want you to know that, all right? Hey, till next time, man. I'm your host, Thomas L. Harris, a.k.a. Coach, and thanks for joining me on Drinks with Coach. Peace. That was dope, Chris. It's time, boy. You always do your thing. Christopher Collins.